Well, hello, it's Ben here with the DIY Homefront. And here on the channel, the projects never end. Not even on a rainy day. Well, I've got a jack and I'm going to try to refresh it. Let me show you what I'm talking about and we'll get into this. Well, here it is, made by Sears. It's a 3-pound jack. I wonder how old this thing is. It's got to be old. Has a pin you put in it. Adjustable. I don't know if it's going to really hold 3,000 pounds, but I think it's going to be a good lawnmower jack myself. So let's clean this old jack up. I just want to thank all of you that have given this small channel a try, and especially all of those that have chose to subscribe. Well, I was helping a friend out not too long ago, and he was cleaning out his garage, and he had some old jacks. There was actually 3 of them that are like this. 2 of them were unadjustable, and this one was adjustable. And he was going to throw them away, and I said, you know what, I'll take care of those for you. So I decided that this might be a good lawnmower jack. I don't know if I would trust one of these 3-legged jacks to hold a car up in the air with me underneath it. But for a lawnmower, even if that were to fall off the jack, I don't think it would be anything too bad, just uncomfortable. Now I started with some 40 grit sandpaper and got all of the old corrosion and rust off of these. I wasn't trying to necessarily remove paint, I just was trying to make sure I got rid of all the rust. Then I wiped everything down with acetone. I have found that seems to do better at cutting the grease than mineral spirits, and lately I've been using acetone to wipe everything down before I paint things. Now when it came time to paint the jack, I ended up using a Rust-Oleum primer to start with, and I got 2 coats of primer on all the bare metal and everywhere I could. Boy, that thunderstorm sounds pretty bad. I'm not sure if it's going to impact me, but it must be impacting somebody off in the distance. I don't know about you, but I hang on to my old socks and I will use those like a glove to cover my hand when I'm spray painting sometimes. It just seems like it's really fast and easy, and it's a great way to recycle something before I throw it away. I know it's hard to tell what that is. That was a yellow fly that was biting me that I swatted. I wondered where it went and it ended up in the paint. Alright, another 15 minutes has gone by and you can see it's dry to the touch, more or less. Well, the paint color is fabulous. It looks like Ferrari red, but when you look at the can, it just says gloss red. This is an off-brand, I think maybe from Walmart. I normally like to use Rust-Oleum, and this is not a Rust-Oleum paint. This came from my friend's garage, something else he gave me. Well, I don't read the directions all the time, but if you were to read the directions on a can of spray paint, most of the time they'll tell you to wait 15 or 20 minutes before you put a second coat on it, and to do that within 2 to 4 hours. If not, you need to wait like 48 hours. So it has been 3 days since I painted this last, and all the paint from before has had plenty of time to dry. So now I'm going to go back and get those areas that I couldn't touch before, mainly the inside of the jack and the very top of the jack. You know, I had thought about painting this jack green just because I have a John Deere tractor, but most of my lawnmowers are Craftsman and Craftsman mowers are red, so that's the reason why I'm using this red paint. And it's nice to use all this paint up and throw an empty can in the trash instead of having a full or a half can of paint go into the landfill. Well, there's our finished product. It turned out really nice. And here's those other 2 jacks. I did the same thing with these where I sanded them down, primed them and painted them. I just ended up using black paint, but they are not adjustable in any way, shape or form. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I'm probably going to give those away. Well, I probably didn't have to clean this all up and paint it, and I could have left that label that showed that it held up 3,000 pounds. But I would prefer to own things that don't look like they're about to rust to pieces. So I have got a nice looking jack that I'm going to be proud to have in all of my videos, and I should get a lot of use out of it for years to come. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my playlist, and I'll see you in whatever video comes next.